Hello. Yes. Well, welcome in. Hi, it's so nice to meet you. My name's Miss Pearl. Yes. So I know it's only been about a month, and I think the last time I was able to see you was during open house. Is that right? I remember you brought your youngest daughter here. Yes. Go ahead and grab a seat, please. You can grab a seat right next to me, or you can also grab a seat right there. Yeah. Do you need any water by chance? Any tea or coffee? I usually have some, yeah, because I come early in the school day, so I like to make sure I have always my beverages in the morning. Yeah, of course. I can get you a little glass of water. I actually have them right here. Okay, I'll go ahead and pass that over to you. Yes, well, thank you so much for making the time for me today. Yes, I know it's really hard, and we've tried to do this virtually, but sometimes a lot of parents just like to come in person, talk to me in person as well, and get to know how else they can help with their children's, progress for the year. And I know it's only been about a month and a half, so this is really just a quick snapshot of what they have really, shown me in the last month and a half. Nothing is set on stone. It may change in the future. So if you have any concerns, you can always reach to me, right, by the talking points, or you can also reach to me by my email as well. Yeah. Well, before we get started, do you have any questions by any chance for me? Any concerns? Yes, and I remember you were emailing me about you wanted to take a look at her math grades, right? Of course. And, I do want to say we have another math instructor that comes in. Yes, she does come in twice a week, and the rest of the time in the other 3 days of school, I will give the instruction. So a lot of my methodologies is focusing on group work, and also focusing on independent development, right? So I always make sure that every student is having that quick 10 to 15 minutes of lesson time, and then have that independent or group work time to focus on their skills. Because when it does come to working on their own, usually when in their a classroom, they are able to follow along, but the real challenge is when students are able to sit down on their own desks and complete those questions by themselves. Right, of course. So before I get started, I just want to show you the progress report, and I have a copy of my own online right now as well, and I'll give you one as well. So we can go ahead and take a look at that. I'll also, again, type all of these notes that we are discussing, and I will send you an email follow-up so that next time we have our teacher-parent conference, we can refer to those notes from today. Yeah, of course. And if you have any questions, please, I'm here for you for the next 10-15 minutes. And I'm not sure if my next parent is going to come, because I think she said she had some traffic or delay, so she might actually reschedule. So I might have you for the rest of the hour. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to start with her math comprehension overall. So I know currently we are in grade 4, and last time she did testing, she did come out to a second grade level. Now, this is quite common, especially in the beginning of the year when students have, of course, had summer break. A lot of what they have retained from previous years, it might have been a little hard to retain that over the summer. Yeah, of course. So a lot of students will kind of, go down a grade level or even 2 in the beginning of the year, and it'll pick back up to where they should be standardized to. Yeah, exactly. And I know that looks alarming, but I do want to ensure you that we are, of course, refreshing all those skills they have learned in 2nd and 3rd grade. And then in 4th grade, we're incorporating those new concepts. I'm just writing notes here right quick. The big thing I see that a lot of students, and also including your child, struggles is word problems. And this is kind of when word problems and a lot of equations start coming in right in 4th grade. We learn about fractions, and especially when word problems get a little tricky, I think a lot of students find it a little alarming and can be a little daunting to actually tackle it when, in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade, they're simply taught sometimes a little bit more algorithm math. But in 4th grade is really when we dive into word problems. Right, and I can show you a sample here. This is the data. I'm not sure if you're able to see that, but this is the data overall of what we have been seeing in our previous students and also this year's students. So let me go ahead and take a look at that. So right here, as you can see that a lot of our students have this curriculum, and the curriculum is really focusing on word problems and understanding and breaking down. Some of these word problems are not just one step, they're 2 steps. So before we dive into those word problems, we really focusing on what kind of basic skills do they have, especially making sure that by 4th grade, they are mastering the skills of multiplication, introducing them to division, and also most definitely mastering the skills of addition and subtraction, like regrouping and borrowing and all those things. Right, and we do, I'm sure you have seen my newsletters, we provide homework. It's once a week, so you don't feel the pressure or, especially as a parent, to complete it that night. You have the entire week to complete 3 pages. And those 3 pages are really focusing on specifically what they are learning for that week or that quarter. So as I mentioned, this quarter we're focusing on fractions. So because of that, we really want to make sure they feel comfortable with subtracting, regrouping, and all that jazz. Right, so I can show you a sample problem of the ones that are most missed. And yes, this is from our last workbook. This is also shown in our assessment test as well. So let's take a look at that. Sorry, give me a quick second. I have to go ahead and log in. So, as you can see here, this is the problem that was most missed. So I think what would really help, again, is making sure that your child is being on top of your homework every week. We do, of course, it's very small, but give points for students who do turn in their homework packet. Again, it doesn't mean it's for accuracy. It's really if the student has done it, right? And we use that homework packet on Monday morning to review. So the first hour, we spent the entire hour just reviewing on commonly most missed questions. Students are also now taking the initiative to make sure that they're reviewing their work as well. And it kind of gives a little bit more of accountability, kind of that shift from 3rd to 4th grade. They're getting more accountability to make sure that they complete their own work. Right, and we've had instances where students would, look at each other's answers, but at the end of the day, we really only credit students that show work, show that they've done it, and at least shown some sort of comprehension. So there's another book, and of course you can order this through our website, and we have a coupon code, completely optional, but I do want to recommend this book. That's been really helpful for a lot of rising 4th graders to review over the summer. I think it's also super applicable to 5th and 6th grade as they move on, because it has topics about a little bit of algebra as well. And, all those basic skills that they will forever use up until, primary to secondary school. So I'll go ahead and write this down real quick. And I'll give the sticky note to you, and I'll give you a paper clip actually real quick to kind of clip this all together. Okay. And again, don't feel, I think the big thing is I don't want to focus so much on assessments. I know assessments are very important, but the critical thing is comprehension and making sure your student feels comfortable. Do they feel confident when they're doing math? Do they feel confident in specifically what they're assigned to do? We really try to strive students to feel more independent, starting, of course, most of primary school, but especially in 3rd and 4th grade, really when they grow that independence. So I really do think it's a great way to just gather those skills and work on them. Give me 1 second. I also want to show you this quick email right here that we received. It's an after-school program for homework. This is available, of course, with no cost, but we have a few of our teachers who are going to be staying after school to provide homework club, right? And it's not, considered like a daycare. This is really when students get that extra help. So let's say they need help with homework and they don't have that kind of support at home. We have a lot of parents who really love this program just because we provide snacks after school and also, of course, more enrichment. And it's not too long. We always make sure that we kind of break it up in groups. So very similar to group work they're doing at school. They also have that kind of supervision and that support that they need after school as well. Do you think it's something that you'd be interested in? Or, sorry, your child should be interested in? Yeah? Okay. So let me go ahead and send you this email. And I am going to forward all the information. We have a weekly newsletter of specific topics that they also review. They review and also kind of go in advance as well. So if you know your student is either advanced or even just need that help, we can cater to how they would like it, right? So I'm gonna forward you this information. Oh, and I think we have another parent actually waiting, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up real quick. Do you have any questions or concerns for me at the moment? No? Okay. So if you don't, any questions or concerns for me at the moment? No? Okay, so I'm going to give you this packet and make sure that you have all the resources. Again, you have my email, my phone number. Anytime you need to reach to me, just let me know. All right, so nice meeting you. I'll see you and I'll follow up with you in another email.